Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this event was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts and our country. Civilian gentlemen, please remove your hats. All veterans, we encourage you to run with the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem.
Welcome to tonight's game. I am Bryce Acom, and I'm joined here by Kason Pollington for the Shelby Tigers versus your McBain Ramblers. Starting number 3, Braylon Pace. Number 10, Calvin McGillis. Number 12, Clayton Engelwright. Number 25, Evan Haverkamp. And number 34, Benjamin Rodenbaugh. Starting for the Shelby Tigers, number 1, Carson Clays. Number 2, Mason Garcia. Number 5, Philip Hayes. Number 22, Wyatt Dickman. And number 24, Bishop Lee. What are you expecting tonight, Kason?
I think it's probably just like the Everett game. It's probably going to be pretty physical by both ends. Looking for a good game for both teams tonight.
High scoring or no?
Depends on how defense is, and if it's pretty good D, then I think probably low scoring. But if it's both teams are really like the defense isn't sharp tonight, I think it could be high scoring.
Number 22, Wyatt Dickman, and number 25, Evan Haverkamp jumping. Ramblers win the toss with Pace, gives it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh spin move inside, floater up and good.
Good job by Rodenbaugh. Kind of split defenders and got a nice little floater for the Ramblers.
Mason Garcia bringing it up for the Tigers, passes over to Clays. Clays drives, dishes to Lee. Lee shot up, no good, rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh setting up a play, dishes to Pace. Pace up top to McGillis, over to the corner for Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh down to Haverkamp, ball stolen by Lee. Garcia bringing up the ball, gets across half court. Passes over to Lee. Lee to Dickman. Dickman to Clays. Clays drives, pump fake. Trapped, kicks it to Garcia. Garcia all the way over to Dickman. Dickman up with a shot, no good. Rebounded by Dickman. Gives it to Hayes, up to Clays. Clays drives, finishes, nothing. Rebounded by Lee. Lee shot up, no good. Rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh driving in. His shot up and good. That's already 4 for Rodenbaugh tonight.
Good job by Rodenbaugh. Kind of nobody stepped up to guard him, took it all the way, and again got a nice little floater for the Ramblers.
Garcia with the ball, double screen. Drives in, dishes to, that is 24, Lee, and his layup is good.
Good job by Lee for the Tigers. Kind of did a pick and roll there, and he was open and got a nice 2 for the Tigers.
Rodenbaugh to Pace, Pace back to Rodenbaugh, over to Engelwright. Engelwright down to Pace, up to Engelwright again. Engelwright dribbles over top, gives it to Rodenbaugh. Down to McGillis. McGillis' shot up, no good. Rebounded by Lee. Lee gives it to Garcia. Garcia walking up the court, finally gets it across. Over to, that is Hayes. Travel will be called on Hayes. He was looking for that dish down in the middle, but his cutter just didn't cut in enough time.
Yeah.
Rodenbaugh bringing up the ball. Gives it over to Engelwright, down to kick ball intended for Haverkamp, kicked by Dickman. Haverkamp will take it out of bounds for the Ramblers. Passes into Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh pump fake, gives it to Engelwright. Back to Rodenbaugh. Calling out the play, gives it to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Pace. Pace to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Pace. Pace back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh pump fake. Kicks it all the way over to Engelwright in the corner. Engelwright's three, no good. Rebounded by Hayes. Hayes gives it to Garcia. Garcia pushing, gives it to Clays. Clays to Lee. Lee out to Hayes. Hayes kicks down to number 22, Dickman, and tipped by Braylon Pace. Good defense there, and it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be Tigers ball. Garcia passing it in. Gets it to Lee, to Dickman. Dickman shot up, no good. Rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh pushing up the floor. Kicks it over to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Tigers setting up in 2-3 zone. Engelwright, Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Pace. Pace to Engelwright. Engelwright down to Haverkamp. Haverkamp all the way up to Pace. Pace to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh floater, nothing. Rebounded by Garcia. Garcia pushing down the court fast, gives it to Clays. Clays to Dickman. Dickman to Lee. Lee to Hayes. Hayes to Lee. To Clays to Garcia. Over to Lee. Lee goes up with shot blocked by Haverkamp. Passes to Clays. Clays to Hayes. Hayes to Dickman. Dickman to Lee. Shot blocked by McGillis. Over to Garcia. Garcia's three, no good. Flops, goes on the ground. Rebounded by Engelwright. Engelwright gives it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh down to McGillis. McGillis all the way across to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright to Pace. Pace's three, tipped. Rebounded by Lee. Timeout will be called by the Tigers. Your score is 4-2. Your Ramblers are winning with 3:24 left in the quarter. We are back. It'll be Tiger ball. Garcia will be bringing the ball up for the Tigers. Kicks it over to Lee. Or that's Dickman. Dickman to Clays. Clays layup, up and good. Wide open, found that seam.
Yeah, good job by the Tigers. McBain let him to go baseline. He took it, and nobody came up to stop him. And got a nice little easy layup for Tigers to tie it up.
Yeah, Pace to McGillis. McGillis to Engelwright. Engelwright pump fake, gives it to Pace. In the corner, Pace up to Engelwright. Engelwright dribbling up top. Hands off to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh trying to force it down to Haverkamp. Nothing. Stolen by Hayes. Gives it to Garcia. Garcia goes up with it. Clays with it, gives it to Lee. Lee shot no good, rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh goes up with a little floater, and it is good.
Good job by Rodenbaugh. Kind of just got a good jumper from the free throw line for the Ramblers.
Yeah, injured Tiger on the floor here.
Nathan Cucci looking to check into the game for the Ramblers. And number 15, Olmstead for the Tigers. Nathan Cucci went in for Clayton Engelwright for the Ramblers.
Injured is number 1, Carson Clays. He's able to walk off the court with some assistance, but it looks like he's doing strong. Garcia bringing up the ball. Gives it to Dickman. Dickman to Hayes. Hayes to Dickman. Dickman to Lee. Lee to Dickman. Dickman to Olmsted. Olmsted to Garcia. Garcia over to Hayes. Hayes to Lee. Lee drives, shot no good, rebounded by Lee. He goes up with a follow-up shot, and it is good.
Good job by Lee to kind of got his own rebound to put it up with the left hand for the Tigers.
Rodenbaugh to Pace. Pace kicks it to Nathan. Nathan to Haverkamp. Haverkamp down to Rodenbaugh, under the basket, wide open layup.
Good job by Rodenbaugh. Kind of went back door, and Rodenbaugh has all the points for the Ramblers.
Garcia bringing up the ball. He drives, kicks over to Rodenbaugh, who comes up with the steal all the way down to Nathan. Nathan saves it, but tries to save it, gives it over to Dickman. Dickman to Lee. Lee to, that'll be Olmsted. Olmsted to Hayes. Hayes setting up the play, gives it to Lee. Lee to Garcia. Garcia drives, his shot up, no good, rebounded by Lee. Lee goes up with a shot and is fouled. And that is the first foul of the game tonight. And it'll be on number 10, Calvin McGillis. His first, team's first.
Clayton Angerite and Junior Leonard checking in the game for the Ramblers. For Calvin McGillis and Braylon Pace.
And Lee makes both. Rodenbaugh bringing up the play. Looks like Tigers decide to press now. Over to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh gets it across half court. He takes it all the way. His layup, no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp, and Haverkamp off the glass.
Yeah, good job by Evan to get on the opposite side of Rodenbaugh to get the rebound for 2 for the Ramblers.
Garcia bringing up the ball. Over to Olmsted. Olmsted to Hayes. Hayes kicks it up to Garcia. Garcia pump fakes, gives it down to Dickman. Dickman up to Garcia. Garcia drives all the way. Foul will be called. It'll be a charge against Garcia. Nathan Cucci drawing that charge there with 11.1 seconds.
Good job by Nathan to get there, to get the charge.
Yeah. Rodenbaugh to Nathan. Nathan all the way over to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh pull up 3. No good. It'll be rebounded by Rodenbaugh. They say he won't get the shot off in time. Doesn't matter anyways. He didn't make it. But at the end of the first quarter, the score is 10-8. Your Ramblers are winning. Rodenbaugh with 8 of the points and Haverkamp with 2. It'll be Tiger ball, start of the second quarter. Garcia will be bringing it up. Kicks over to Hayes. Guarded by Nathan. Hayes kicks down to Lee. Lee up to Garcia. Garcia over to Olmstead. Olmstead to Lee. Lee tries to drive, nothing. Kicks it out to Garcia. Garcia will drive. Foul will be called on number 22, Judah Leonard. It'll be his first, team second of the half.
Number 1 for the Tigers, Cleese is checking in for number 15, Olmstead. And Kelvin McGillis is checking in for Judah Leonard for the Ramblers.
Nice to see Clays come back into the game.
After he got hurt.
Yeah. Lee dumped down from the out of bounds, and his shot is up and good.
Yeah, good job by Lee. He kind of got position on the Ramblers in the inbound and just kind of got a nice easy 2 for the
Rodenbaugh to
Tigers.
Haverkamp. Haverkamp kicks it out to Ingright. His 3 is no good and will be rebounded by no one. And it'll be Tiger ball. Garcia bringing up the ball. Kicks it over to Clays. Clays to Garcia. Garcia to Hayes. Hayes to Dickman. Dickman drives. Shot no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp gives it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh pushing. Kicks it down to McGillis. McGillis' shot up. No good, but he will be fouled on the shot. It'll be on number 22, Dickman. His first, team second of the half. And McGillis will be on the line shooting 2.
Yeah, good job by Ben Rodenbaugh to kind of throw a lob to Kelvin. Kind of jump stop, and when he went up, he got fouled on the arm.
First shot up and no good. Second shot up and no good. Rebounded by Clays. Clays gives it to Garcia. Garcia gets it across half court, kicks it to Dickman. Dickman across to Lee. Lee to Hayes. Hayes to Clays. Clays to Garcia. Garcia up to the elbow to Dickman. Dickman to Lee. Lee's jumper is no good. Rebounded by Dickman, or Lee. Lee gives it to Garcia. Garcia gives it to Hayes. Stolen by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh drives, steps out. Kicks it over to Nathan. Nathan dribbling over to the corner. Looks for McGillis down low. Nothing. Gives it back to Rodenbaugh. Back to Nathan. Nathan gives it to McGillis down low. McGillis' first shot up, no good. Second shot up, no good, but fouled. The foul will be on number 5. That's Hayes, his first, team third of the half.
Yeah, good job by Kelvin McGillis. First one didn't go. He was there for the second rebound, for his own rebound, and put it up and got fouled called.
First shot up and good. A lot more fouls picking up here in the second quarter. Second shot up and good. That's 2 for McGillis. Garcia walking the ball up. Guarded by Rodenbaugh, who meets him at half court. Gives it over to Lee. Lee to Clays. Clays to Lee. Lee tries to get it across the court, hits the rim. Gets it himself, gives it over to Garcia. Garcia to Lee. Lee gives it over to Clays. Clays pump fake, nothing, gives it to Lee. Lee to Hayes. Hayes up with the shot, and it is good.
Good job by the Tigers to swing it to find the wide open Tiger for a 3.
Rodenbaugh to Ingright. Ingright to Nathan. Nathan's 3, no good. Rebounded by Garcia. Garcia kicks down to Dickman. Dickman up with the shot, no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh looking up the court. Takes it all the way. His floater is no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. And Haverkamp shot off the glass and good.
Yeah, good job by Evan. He was kind of trailing Rodenbaugh the whole time, and nobody really tapped in to box him out, and he was there for the offensive rebound.
Yeah. Garcia over to Lee. Lee to Dickman. Dickman up to Hayes. Hayes to Clays. Clay drives, dishes to Lee. Lee's shot up and good.
Good job by the Tigers to get Evan jumping and dish it right over to the wide open guy for 2 for the Tigers.
Yeah. Rodenbaugh to McGillis. McGillis to Nathan. Nathan pump fake. Kicks it over to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright trying to dish down to Haverkamp, but kick ball.
Number 11, Isaac Garcia is checking in for number 22, Wyatt Dickman. And number 20, Garcia is checking in for number 24, Lee.
How many Garcias is there?
I think there's 1, 2, 3.
Haverkamp to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Garcia. Or it'll be Mason. Mason goes up with a shot, no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp to Rodenbaugh. Mason trailing Rodenbaugh, kicks it over to Nathan. Nathan looking, gives it up to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh backdoor to Engelwright, wide open, and his shot is good.
Yeah, Clayton just kind of slipped behind the back 3 guys of the 2-3 and was wide open, and good look by Ben Rodenbaugh.
Mason kicks it over to Isaac. Isaac to Lalo. Lalo to Clays. Clays to Isaac. Isaac shot up, no good. Rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh pushing up the court. Spin move, takes it all the way. Can't finish. Clays will get the rebound, kicks it over to Mason. Mason 3, no good, rebounded. No, it'll be a foul on Isaac Garcia over the back.
Number 15, Olmsted is checking in for number 2, Mason Garcia. And for the Ramblers, number 50, Carson Murphy is checking in for Evan Haverkamp.
Rodenbaugh bring the ball up across half court. Kicks it to Engelwright. Engelwright dribbles over top, kicks it to Rodenbaugh in the corner. Rodenbaugh's 3 is good!
Good job by Clayton for the pass to find Rodenbaugh for the 3. Rodenbaugh just kind of slipped through all of it and just kind of found the weak spot in the zone.
Lalo to Isaac. Isaac to Hayes. Hayes down low to Clays. Clays shot blocked by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh kicks it all the way down to Engelwright. Engelwright's layup is good.
Good job by Rodenbaugh, trailer. Or he was in front and he just found him. And good 2 for the Ramblers.
Yeah. Timeout taken by the Tigers. It'll be 21-15. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. We are back. It'll be Tiger ball. Nothing new to the lineups. It'll be Clays bringing up the ball. Gets it across half court. Ramblers setting up in a 2-3 zone. It'll be Lee to Hayes. Hayes layup good.
Good job by Hayes. He slipped behind the Ramblers 2-3 to get the easy 2 for the Tigers.
Yeah, Rodenbaugh to Nathan. Nathan to Clay. Engelwright. Engelwright to Nathan. Nathan pump fake. Gives it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright pump fake, gives it up to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh setting up a new play. Gives it over to Nathan. Nathan to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh across the court to Murphy. Ball stolen by Lee. He'll give it to Clays, who brings it up across half court. Picks up his dribble, kicks it over to Hayes. Hayes to Lee. Lee all the way across the court to Olmstead. Olmstead to Dickman. Dickman, ball stolen by McGillis, given to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh all the way down the court to Nathan. Tries to kick it to Engelwright, who is across the opposite block. Ball stolen by Clays. Clays brings it up, gives it to Hayes. Hayes to Dickman. Dickman to Clays. Clays to Olmstead. Olmstead to Hayes. Hayes to Lee. Lee to Olmstead. Back to Lee. Up to Clays. Just under a minute. Clays picks up his dribble, kicks it over to Olmstead. Olmstead to Hayes. Hayes to Clays. Clays to Dickman. Dickman tries to pull a no-look pass to Lee, but it'll be tipped by the Ramblers and out of bounds.
Evan Haverkamp checking in the game for Kelvin McGillis, and number 2, Mason Garcia checks in for Hayes. Mason passing it in, gives it down low, or tried to give it down low to Lee, but Murph was there and tried to grab it, but just kept going and went out of bounds. Yep.
Mason to, that will be Mason, or that is Lee. Lee's layup no good, but is fouled by, I believe they called it on number 25. That's Evan Haverkamp. His first, team third of the half. Lee's first shot up and good. Second shot up and good. Rodenbaugh bringing up the ball. Tigers applying a press. Launches it down court to try and hit Haverkamp. Just over his head though. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be Tiger ball.
With 30 seconds left to go in the second quarter. 2-point game.
Yeah, Mason picks it up. Gives it over to, that is Dickman. Dickman to Lee. Lee up top to Ullman. Olmstead. Olmstead to Clays. Clays to Mason. Mason to, that is Dickman. Dickman to Lee. Lee's spin move shot up off the glass and good.
Good job by 24 Lee to use his left hand to get off the glass.
Rodenbaugh to Nathan, but buzzer rings and shot is no good. It is tied at halftime, 21-21. Rodenbaugh leading the scoreboard for the Ramblers with 11. Evan with 4. That'll be Engelwright with 4. And then on Tiger side, it'll be Dickman, or Lee with 24, and Clays with 2. And we'll see you after halftime. And we are back after halftime. And it'll be Rambler ball. Roan ball bringing it up. Kicks it over to Engelwright. Engelwright up top to Roan ball. Roan ball kicks it over to Pace. Pace to Roan ball. Roan ball 3. And it is good.
That's kind of the same play he ran in the first half when he had that 3 in the corner. Ran the same thing, and he was wide open again, and he drained it from downtown.
Yeah, Mason gives it to Dickman. Dickman looking for Lee, gives it to him. Lee goes up with a shot, guarded by Haverkamp, rebounded by Haverkamp. Gives it to Roanball. Roanball pushing down the court. Kicks it to McGillis under the hoop, and his shot is good.
Yeah, Kelvin McGillis was in head of Roanball, and he was just wide open.
Yeah. It'll be Mason bringing up the ball. Gives it over to Dickman. Dickman to Lee. Lee gives it to Clays. Clays drives, step back. Double teamed by Haverkamp and Pace. Foul will be called on number 25, Evan Haverkamp. That'll be his second team first of the half. Mason passing it in. Gives it to Lee. Lee gives it back to Mason. Mason kicked down to Lee. Lay shot up, no good. I thought it was going to be a clean block on McGillis, but his body went into him. It will be a foul on McGillis, his team second of the half, and it'll be Lee on the line shooting 2.
Yeah, good job by Lee. He drove in, and Calvin was trying to go for the block, and he got the body, so now he's shooting 2.
First shot up and no good. Second shot up and good. Tigers still pressing. Rodenball gives it to Pace. Pace gives it back to Rodenball. Gets it across half court over to Engelwright. Engelwright to Pace. Pace to Rodenball. Rodenball to Engelwright. Engelwright to Pace. Pace to McGillis. McGillis kicks over to Rodenball. Rodenball shot no good. Rebounded by McGillis. McGillis' shot no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp shot up and good.
Yeah, good job by Heaven. He got Calvin McGillis' rebound and kind of got his way to the basket and scored for the Ramblers.
Hayes gives it to Lee. Lee kicks it over to Clays. Clays shot no good. Rebounded by Lee. Lee kicks it over to Clays again. Clays drives, kicks it across the court to Lee. Lee gives it up to Mason. Mason to Clays. Clays gives it to Lee. Lee over to Hayes. Hayes' 3 is good.
Yeah, good job by the Tigers. He had a little seam for the 3 and he took it.
Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright's 3 is good!
Yeah, good job by Ramblers. Clayton was kind of open right there, a little farther deep 3, but he drained it from downtown for the Ramblers.
Mason brings it up. Gives it over to, stolen by Haverkamp. Gets it under control. Gives it up to Engelwright. Engelwright to Pace. Pace is 3, long. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp goes up with a shot, and it'll be an and 1. Haverkamp exchanging some words. Refs are talking to him, probably warning him. Basket is good. It'll be a foul on number 5. That is Hayes. His second team first of the half.
Yeah, good job by Evan to make the and 1 through contact, and so he'll be shooting 1 at the line.
Yeah. 3-point play here. Haverkamp's free throw is no good. Rebounded by Hayes. Hayes gives it to Mason. Mason gets across half court, kicks it to Lee. Lee to Hayes in the corner, kicks it back to Lee. It'll be a foul called on number 3, Braylon Pace, on the arm. They say his first, team third of the half. I figured it was going to be a push-off off of Lee, but refs have a better view.
Yep.
It'll be timeout called by the Tigers. It'll be a full timeout. We are back. It'll be Tiger ball.
Ramblers are up by 8.
Mason throwing in, gives it to Lee. Lee under the basket, wide open, gets the easy layup.
Yeah, good job by Lee. He made a good cut and on the inbounds, and he was pretty much like wide open.
Yeah. Rodenbaugh passes to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Pace. Pace to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright down to Haverkamp off of his own hands. Haverkamp just closed his hands too early for that, and it bounces off and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a pretty good ball movement too by the Ramblers. They got Evan, but he just went to grab it and it slipped right through his hands.
Yeah, Mason to Clays. Clays back to Mason. Mason over to Hayes. Hayes to Lee. Lee kicks it across half court. Pump fake, gives it over to Mason. Mason up, no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh pushing up the court. Kicks it, tries to kick it to McGillis. It'll be saved by Haverkamp. Haverkamp to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh gives it to Engelwright. Engelwright in the corner for Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh up to Engelwright. Over to Pace. His pass is intercepted to Clays. Clays to Mason. Mason's layup completely missed. He was wide open. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright's 3, no good. Rebounded by Lee. Lee gives it to Clays. Clays to Lee. Lee goes up with shot, and it is blocked by Haverkamp. Off the hands of Rodenbaugh, though, out of bounds. It'll be Tiger ball, sideline.
Olmsted checking in for the Tigers for number 2, Mason Garza, and number 5, Nathan Cucci checking in for Braylon Pace.
Yeah, Lee up with the shot, and it over Haverkamp, and it is good.
Yeah, Lee is having a good night. Good shot by him with a nice little lefty off the glass.
Yeah, 19 of their 29 points. Rodenbaugh gives it over to Nathan, back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright to corner for Nathan. Nathan dishes down to Haverkamp. Haverkamp working inside. Goes up with the shot, no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp, and he'll go up with another shot, and he is fouled.
Yeah,
Foul will be on number 24. That is Lee, his first foul of the game, team's second of the half.
Yeah, good job.
They say he was not shooting. Rodenbaugh to Haverkamp, Haverkamp to Nathan, Nathan to Engelwright, Engelwright to Rodenbaugh, back to Engelwright, back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh brings it up center court. Gives it over to Engelwright, back to Rodenbaugh, Rodenbaugh to Nathan. Nathan to Engelwright. Engelwright pump fake, gives it down low to Haverkamp. Haverkamp loses it, gets stolen by Dickman. Dickman gives it to Clays. Clays working up top. Gives it over to Lee. Lee gives it to Clays again. Clays guarded by Nathan, giving him work. Clays has to give it to Lee. Lee gives it to Dickman. Dickman up top to Hayes. Hayes over to Olmsted. Olmsted under the basket to Lee. Lee shot blocked by Haverkamp, rebounded by Nathaniel. Nathan gives it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh setting up the play, gives it to Nathan. Over to McGillis, up to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh up to the three-point line, gives it to Nate. Nate's three-point shot, long, rebounded by Hayes. Nate guarding that is Clays. Gives it over to Dickman. Dickman goes in for a layup, and his shot is good.
Good job by Dickman to take it all the way and get two for the Tigers. 2-point game. Rim was up by 2.
Yeah, Rodenbaugh to Nathan. Nathan over to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh under the basket to McGillis, and McGillis' shot is good.
McGillis kind of went behind his defender, and Ben slinged it right in there to get a Kelvin for 2.
Clays all the way down the court to Dickman. Dickman to Hayes. Hayes drives in, kicks it to Lee. Lee kicks it down to Dickman. Dickman's shot no good. Rebounded by Hayes. Hayes kicks it to Olmsted. Olmsted to Lee. Lee pump fake, drives in. His shot is no good. He'll be fouled by number 25, Evan Haverkamp. That is his third, team fourth of the half with just 16 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, good job by Lee to get contact for the Tigers, so now he is shooting 2.
Good old saying, a ball don't lie right there. He missed his first shot. Makes his second. Rodenbaugh bringing up the ball. Gets it across half court, 10 seconds left in the game. Gives it to Nathan, Nathan to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright, Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh up with the floater. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by McGillis. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Haverkamp, an all-in-one jump. Rebounds and shoots it for the buzzer beater 2. Your score will be 37-32. Your Ramblers are winning going into the fourth. hard bat. It'll be Tiger ball. Score is 37-32. Fouls pretty even here. Ramblers with 4, Tigers with 2. Someone really showing out tonight is Lee with 20 of the 32 Tigers points. Lee in. His shot up and good.
Yeah, Lee's having a really good night for the Tigers. It kind of just took Evan and just got a nice little floater for the Tigers.
Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright to Nathan. Nathan over to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright to Nathan. Nathan to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh spin move inside. His shot up and one floater.
Yeah, good job by Rodenbaugh. He did a spin move and he went for the shot, got on the arm, and got a hoop and a half for the Ramblers. Number 2, Mason Garcia is checking in for number 15, Olmsted.
Rodenbaugh's 3-point play, no good, rebounded by Mason. Mason over to Hayes. Hayes gives it to Lee. Lee's shot kicks over to Clays. Clays tries to give it to Lee, but off of Lee's hands and hits the ref, so it'll be Rambler ball. Rodenbaugh bringing up the ball, gets it across half court. Gives it over to Nathan. Nathan to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh dishes to Nathan. Nathan thought it was going to somebody else. It'll be out of bounds. Tiger ball. Mason bringing it up. Gets it across half court. Gives it to Lee. Lee down to Dickman. Dickman with the wide open layup, and it is good.
Yeah, good move by Dickman to get his defender off him, and it was a pretty easy layup for Dickman.
Yeah. Rodenbaugh over to Nathan. Nathan to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Nathan. Nathan tries to give it to Haverkamp, but stolen by Hayes. Hayes gives it to Mason. Mason over to Lee. Lee to Dickman. Dickman up to Clays. Tipped by Rodenbaugh. Over to Hayes. Hayes kicks it to Dickman in the corner. Dickman shot up, no good. No shot. Foul. I'm pretty sure it's a foul called on the play. Yeah, foul on number 5. That is going to be Nathan Cucci.
Braylon Pace is checking in for Nathan Cucci for the Ramblers.
Score is 36-39, 5 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock. Mason gives it to Lee. Lee spin move on Haverkamp, and his shot is good. Brings it to 38-39.
Yeah, good job by Lee. He did a good move on Haverkamp to get 2 for the Ramblers.
Yeah. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright's 3 is good!
Yeah, good job by the Ramblers. They swung it and found wide open Clayton Engelwright for 3.
Mason driving, met by McGillis. Rodenbaugh guarding. Ball stolen by the Ramblers. McGillis comes up with it, gives it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh going down the court. Spin move. His layup is good!
Yeah, good job by Rodenbaugh. Take it all the way.
It'll be a timeout called by the Ramblers.
Yeah, he did. Rodenbaugh did a spin move right there and got a little nice, I would not say easy, but good shot for the Ramblers for 2.
Yeah, that's a tough layup. Can't really guard that. Scores 44-38. We'll see after the timeout. back. It'll be Tiger ball. Mason bringing up the ball. Guarded by Rodenbaugh, kicks it over to Lee. Lee looking for Dickman, gives it back to Garcia. Mason. Mason gives it to Clays. Clays drives in, gives it to Lee. Backside help by McGillis. Lee kicks it up to Mason. Mason kicks it back down to Lee. Shot no good, rebounded by Engelwright. Engelwright gives it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright back to Rodenbaugh. Over to Pace. Pace across the court to Engelwright. Engelwright to Rodenbaugh. Ball is tipped away by Mason. Foul will be called on Mason. It'll be his second foul, team fourth of the half. Arguing with the ref a little bit there. Engelwright throwing it in, tries to give it to Rodenbaugh, stolen by Hayes, gives it to Garcia. Garcia goes down the court. Foul will be called on the floor on number 12. That's Clayton Engelwright. It'll be his first foul of the game. Team sixth. Ramblers really got to be careful here because we can get into a bonus.
Yeah, Nathan Cucci checking in the game for Clayton Engelwright.
Mason, three-point shot, up no good, rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Mason just kind of giving up here. Rodenbaugh, over to Nathan. Nathan to Rodenbaugh. Over to Nathan. Up to McGillis, McGillis to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh down to Haverkamp. Haverkamp shot up, no good, rebounded by Lee. Tigers switch back to a man defense. It'll be Mason, gives it to Lee. Lee kicks it over to Clays. Shot up by Clays, no good, rebounded by Clays. Timeout will be called by the Tigers. It'll be a full timeout. We are back. It is Tigers ball. Mason passing it in. Gives it to Dickman. Stolen by McGillis. Gives it to Mason. Mason over to Clays. Clays up to Dickman. Dickman's floater is good. Brings the score 40-44.
Yeah, good job by Dickman there. Dickman, there was like, he had a little jump floater right at like the elbow, and he took it and he made it for the Tigers.
Rodenbaugh to McGillis. McGillis to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh up to Haverkamp. Haverkamp down to Pace. Pace pump fake, goes up for a layup. Shot no good, but he is fouled on the play.
Yeah, good job by Pace. He went up for like a pump fake, and they got him both jumping, and then he didn't. Even though he didn't make it, he's on the line shooting 2 for the Ramblers.
Yeah. Brings the Ramblers closer to a 1-1 too. His first shot up and no good. Second shot up and good.
Clayton Engelwright is checking in the game for Braylon Pace. Ramblers up by 5 with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the game.
It's been a pretty good game so far. Mason bringing up the ball. Gives it down to Dickman. Dickman gives it to Clays, bounces off his face, but he grabs it. Over to Lee, up to Hayes. Hayes' 3-point shot, no good, rebounded by Haverkamp. Haverkamp able to dribble it before he's about to travel. Rodenbaugh gets across half court, over to Nate. Pass a little long, saved by Nate, gives it over to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh back to Nate. Nate gives it to Haverkamp, and his shot up and good.
Yeah, good move by Haverkamp. Did a little spin move and got it good 2 for the Ramblers.
Mason guarded by Rodenbaugh. Ball pass is tipped, stolen by Haverkamp. Haverkamp gives it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Engelwright. Engelwright up to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh kicks it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp dribbles up. Timeout will be called by the Ramblers. It'll be a full timeout called by the Ramblers. Rambler ball. Clayton Engelwright passing it in. Gives it up top to Haverkamp. It'll be a timeout called by Copeman. Your Ramblers. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll see you after that. Rambler ball. Nathan passes into Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh gives it to Nate. Nate to McGillis. McGillis to Engelwright. Engelwright to Haverkamp. Foul will be called on number 1, Clays. That'll be his second, team 6th of the half. Minute 20 left. It'll be Rambler ball, far sideline. Nate passes into Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh handoff to Engelwright. Engelwright passes to Nate. Foul will be called on number 2, that is Mason. It'll be his fourth, team 7th, so it'll be shooting 1 and 1. First shot up, no good. Rebounded by McGillis. McGillis gives it over to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh over to Nathan. Foul will be called on, believe, number 2. That is Mason Garcia, and he will be fouled out of the game.
So number 15, Olmsted, is checking in for Mason Garcia.
That is his 5th, team 8th. Just under a minute left, 59 seconds to be exact. Nathan shot up and good. Second shot up and good. Hayes bringing up the ball, gives it over to Clays. Clays shot blocked by McGillis. Gives it down to Lee. Lee gives it back to Hayes. Hayes back to Lee. Lee driving in. Shot goes up, no good. Rebounded by Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh coming up, fouled by number 24, that is Lee. That'll be his 2nd, team 9th of the half. Timeout will be called. Tigers, it'll be a full timeout. Scores 40-49. We'll see you after the timeout. Rodenbaugh at the line shooting 2. First shot up and no good. Sorry, it was 1 and 1. Hayes bringing up the ball. Makes a move, gives it to Dickman. Dickman out to Olmsted. Olmsted down to Lee. Lee shot no good. Rebounded by Nathan. It'll be foul called on Lee. That'll be his 3rd, team 10th of the half. Nathan Cucci will be at the line shooting 2.
Good job by Nathan to get that rebound. He's the smallest one out there, and he got that rebound, and now he's shooting 2 for the Ramblers.
First shot up and no good. Second shot up and good. Scores 50-40, 28 seconds left. Clay Engelwright comes flying down the court to make him touch the ball. It'll be Hayes to Clays. Clays' 3 is airballed. McBain student section fired up. Rodenbaugh down the court to Haverkamp. Haverkamp will be fouled by Lee. It'll be his 4th, team 11th. It'll be Haverkamp at the line shooting 2. Lee might foul out of this game as well.
Yeah, he has 4.
He's gone from 1 foul this half to 4.
Mm-hmm.
First shot up and good. Second shot up, no good. Rebounded by Lee. Lee gives it to Clays. Clays down the court, gives it to Hayes. Hayes down to Lee. Lee fakes one way, goes the other, and his shot is good.
Yeah, good job by Lee to.
Rodenbaugh to Nathan. Nathan will be fouled by number 15, Olmstead. It'll be his first foul of the game. 6 seconds left. I'm going to call it game. Ramblers win. I'm not entirely certain of the score because of these free throws here. But I say Ramblers win this ball game. His first shot up and good. Just like that, 52-42.
10-point game.
And yeah, at halftime it was tied. So these Ramblers really fought. We're only down at 1 point in the game. Second shot up and good. We're only down at 1 point of the game. And they were able to fight through that. Score 53-42. Clays gives it to Hayes. Just holds on to it. And your McBain Ramblers will come home with the win tonight. 53-42. Leading the Tigers is Lees with 26 of the 42 points. And leading the Ramblers is number 34, Benjamin Rodenbaugh with 18 of the 53. Haverkamp had 13. Ingright had 10. McGillis had 6. And Nathan had 5. Well, we'll see you here, I believe, Wednesday. I'm not sure whenever the next game is, but we hope you join us again, and we'll see you then.